tell you right away what they were worried about. They were worried that I would show you, I washed my hair, and they were worried that I would show you my hair. You see how it's much thinner, and they were worried that I'd show you my hair because that's part of what they said. They were trying to change my identity by saying that I had a weave. But that's the very racism that I'm telling you about. The idea that Black people aren't supposed to have this, or Black people can't do that, or I just knocked into something, so that wasn't them. It's the racism that is in everything this program is. So the other important thing I want to say is that I've been using thumbnails as comments as thumbnails and other things as thumbnails so that we know we're not alone. The people going through this, we already know we're not alone. But it's making the people talking and running this program really upset. I don't know what about it makes them upset. Again, I don't know. The other thing is when they're mentioning names of specific celebrities, they're telling me who they think will die. That's the mentality I'm dealing with. This isn't about just me. I'm not going to name the celebrities, but they're doing it because it's their idea. The psychology behind it is their power over people, their power to play God, which is why this voice of God technology has to be exposed. It's not God. And what I think is that playing God is not just the worst crime. The worst crime is killing people. I mean, come on. That would be the worst crime. But the worst crime is making people feel like they're the only ones. So when they were doing this and they were trying to predict what I'm going to say and what I'm going to think, and they just said, oh, something about my hair. Again, that's their mindset. They thought I would be the person to, they keep saying, match my videos up and what they say up to news. I'm not going to do that. I think that is just ridiculous. But what they don't understand is this, because they keep accusing me of new things. What they don't understand is this. There's common sense and then there's no sense. They're the no sense people. The common sense is if something happens that I think could be helpful to a current news event, that would be an exception. I'm not going to be the person who, without knowing details about events, say, oh, well, that's what they said. That's completely different. One is something that would be useful, valuable, to use their words, because those are the words they get. I wouldn't say those words, but those are their words. And the other would just be what they're doing is just about making exploitation. And that's why when I did my video called Blackness Exploited, it's about exploiting it would be about exploiting something. And that's different. You know, there's a difference between helpful, I would use the word helpful, not useful or valuable, and exploitation. So that's part of what I'm saying. They exploit people, they exploit situations, they exploit this. So they said now they're going to try to remind me of things. I don't need them. If they would just shut up after 24/7 talking, I would remember things. I wouldn't need them. But that's my point. Do you see what I'm saying about them? The God complex. So I'm going to put this, they have a God complex. So they said they thought I would be very helpful to people, as though I'm like their mammy. Again, all of this is coming together. It's, you know, when I was telling you guys about how I used to quote Thomas Paine on my Twitter account, Fashion Fun Femme, I used Thomas Paine's quote, which is time makes more converts than reason. And I'm going to use that as my title of this video. Because over time, you know, I never thought of it like this, but over time, everything that they do is so obvious that I don't really have to keep talking about that part of it. So when going over their idea that I would exploit news reports, it's now very obvious. I don't have to. But what's important to me is that other people going through this don't feel alone. Please don't be violent. Please. I don't know what to do. I can't, if, I look at it this way. If the most intelligent, successful people in the world can't solve certain things, there's no way I could. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a New York saying. Like, not come on also. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's a New York saying. So they keep thinking that New York sayings have to be a certain race. No, we all say that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But that's my point. They wanted to exploit that. They don't know the genuine New York. They don't know the genuine Bronx. And I think that was what they wanted to do. They wanted to exploit my knowledge of talking to people, being a genuine New Yorker. And that's part of what I'm saying. That's an exploitive person. A helpful person is saying, we are going through something, on to me, around the world. And